in the pursuit of truth and common sense in an unbelievable world. You're listening to the Right Mind podcast with your host, Todd Showalter.
Hello, everybody. I'm Todd Showalter, and welcome to Right Mind. Today, we have we have an acting edition. We have an actor with us today. His name is Dave Shecter. He's out in Seattle, Washington, but he also does some work in L.A. Dave, how are you? And welcome to Right Mind.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no, you're more than welcome. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, as far as I understand, you've got some IMDb credits, but you're really looking to turn up the volume and get a lot more work. What kind of stuff? Tell us a little bit about your background and some of the roles that you've had in the past.
Okay, yeah, I'm a kind of a late bloomer. I call myself. I didn't really grow up wanting to be an actor or anything. I just kind of took some college credits in theater, and things like that. And then,
what were you doing before that?
Nothing really. I wasn't in the arts entertainment field at all. I've played guitar since I was a kid, and
but you had another profession. You had another profession, right? I mean, did you work in something? I mean, how did you make it?
I've been in healthcare for a while, and
okay.
For the past 24 years, I've been working for the Boeing company building airplanes. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
And that makes sense why you would be in Washington. So what gave you the bug? I mean, typically, there's something that inspires people to say, hey, I think I want to do more of this. What was it that
something
got you going?
I took a theater course in community college out here in the early 2000s, and I enjoyed that. And then I went down to the local talent agency on the corner there, and I joined them. And he got me into a few commercials and things, and that's kind of how it started for me. When I went to do my first audition for a Western sort of web series out here on the West.
Nope, you froze up a little bit. There you are. Okay.
I got the part in it. That's really where it's called The Olympian. And that really took off.
Which one was it? What was it called?
And The Olympians.
The Olympians. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't get much notice, but that got me going.
Okay.
So I got an agent out here, and I've been slowly building my resume up, like I said.
So what's your goal? I mean, are you going to move to LA? I mean, now, I talk to people all over the country. They're doing work in Atlanta. They're doing work in Tulsa. They're doing work everywhere. I mean, are you going to try to make your living in Seattle, or are you going to move?
Well, like I said, I've been here. I got a great job here. It's tough for me to pick up and just move to LA at this stage in my life. I'm in my 50s, so
yeah,
I like doing this.
That's all right. 50s are fine. I'm in my 50s. It hasn't killed me yet. Knock on wood.
No, if an opportunity comes, I'm going. I'm certainly going.
So what kind of stuff do you want to do? I mean, you've got, you mentioned the Olympians. I mean, that doesn't sound like a Adam Sandler comedy. That seems a little deep. Do you enjoy more drama, or what type of performances do you prefer?
Well, up to this point, it's been a lot of horror films, independent horror films. And those are fine, but I'd like to do action, do it like an action-packed FBI agent type of shoot 'em ups, things like that. Yeah. Done
you froze up a little bit.
A few of those. Worked with some pretty good names down there in LA and Las Vegas. So
who'd you work with down in LA? When did you do that?
Have you heard of the Mahal brothers?
No, I have not. Who are they?
They're out of Las Vegas, but they're on their 14th feature film. Mostly horror films, but they're really, really taking off.
Okay.
And I've done 7 or 8 of their films with them, and with them, each film
froze up a little bit.
I've gotten the opportunity to work with some amazing actors, like Robert Lasardo, Tom Sizemore, Michael Madsen, Costas Mandylor, who was in the Saw series.
Okay.
Tara Reid. And I never thought I'd be doing that. So it's all a bonus for me. It's great. I love it.
So what's the biggest challenge for you? I mean, you mentioned you're in your 50s, which I think is actually a benefit because you've got a lot of people that are ingenues and their kids and their stuff. And, LA is over. I mean, when I lived out in LA in the mid 80s, I mean, I went out there with a pack of young people. And I think you're actually an advantage because you kind of set yourself apart. But do you have anything that's really, you have any challenges with that as well?
Now,
No?
no, I mean, like I said, the only challenge I have is that I would like to be in LA, but with my job,
Now you're still with
know,
Boeing?
it's hard to do. But and, yeah, I am with Boeing, and I've looked into transferring down and trying to work for them down there. But
Yeah, they got Long Beach down there. They build airplanes down there.
exactly.
Now, one of the things I've always found, and one of the things that I do myself, is a lot of people that are trying to break into the actual acting business do that by way of writing and producing shorts. I mean, are you doing any writing? I mean,
yes.
Okay, so you are doing writing. So what are you working on?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of that producing. We got me and my buddy started. Well, we're in the process of starting Day Night Pictures up here in Seattle, and we just in the infamy stage, way down. Or no, we just released 2 short films. We just finished writing our first feature, and we're going to start shooting that in January. So yeah, if that takes off, that'd be great. I wouldn't have to move. So I love doing that too. I love directing. Not so much writing, but I come up with a
Rose up a little bit there.
lot of great ideas, and my buddy writes them down on paper, and it turns out great. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. Building sets. I do a lot of building sets out here too. In my backyard, I got a interrogation room and a jail
You have
cell.
an interrogation room in your backyard. Now, I bet you that made the neighbors pretty happy. How'd you explain that one?
It's kind of covered up because it's inside my shop. So
okay, I could just hey, Dave's building an interrogation room next to his deck out back. You may want to alert the authorities. I'm kidding. Anyway, you taking any acting? You taking any acting classes? I mean, that's another big way. And a lot of people. Okay, where did you take your classes at?
Yeah, I took all my classes up here in the Seattle area. Meisner acting. Techniques, and there's Mighty Tripod out here, pretty big studio, and some other guys around town that teach courses, stage fighting and stuff like that. I've taken those courses, but
rose up a little bit there.
I get a lot of my practice from being on the set and working with people. I've been on quite a few now, and I really enjoy that.
What was that? A lot. I missed that last.
I learned a lot from that.
Okay. What do you got coming up? You got any projects in the cooker?
Well, like I said, we're going to start shooting our feature film here in January.
What's that about?
It's about a cop. Me.
You're the cop.
Play a cop for some reason.
Now, see, you strike me more as the, and I mean this as a compliment. You're more the bad guy. I mean, don't you ever play the bad guy? You kind of like.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look like that menacing character that you don't want to mess with, So, have you ever thought of that? I mean, cops are good, but I think the grittiness, the fun is really the bad guy.
Right, and that is exactly what I want to play.
So why don't you write yourself a bad guy script?
And I've done that, and this is a bad guy. I'm usually like a dirty cop.
So. You're a dirty cop, okay?
Yeah.
You get to play both. You're a cop, but you're also dirty. So you're a villain. Okay.
So in this film, in my feature film, I'm going to be a dirty cop, but I have a multiple personality, and I end up turning out to be a serial killer.
Okay.
And
cop that's a serial killer. All right, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I like it.
You're not going to find out about that till the end, and has something to do with my interrogation room.
Oh, so gotcha. Okay, so now you say it's a feature. Now, who wrote that script?
Yeah.
Rose up a little bit there. I'm trying to keep it going here.
My buddy that I partnered with up here, his name's Earl Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a writer. So he's writing that right now, finishing up, and he does a good job at that. So
okay.
We've invested a lot of money into our supplies and cameras and lights and everything. So
You bought all this stuff. What I mean,
Yeah.
so you're okay.
Oh,
What are you shooting on? I mean, obviously, I probably
Black
digital.
Magic.
Okay, you got a Black Magic. Was it
Got
handheld or
two of those.
okay pocket or is it like what? Which? Well,
We're
it doesn't
gonna
matter.
try
It's a Black
shooting
Magic. That's
two
a good.
cameras.
That's a good for yeah. That's a good. That's a
It's a
good
great.
camera.
It's a great camera. So
Yeah, I've
yeah, we're
actually
really
got
looking
that
forward to
myself.
that. So,
So you're going to be
but
doing.
I got to go. I'm heading back down to LA in February. I got another short scene to do, a weekend scene with Chris Sanders, who's out of London. Does a lot of his work over here in LA, and
Okay.
it's called "Bring Me a Skin for Dancing In." It's going to
Wow.
be exciting.
Now, are these paying gigs that you're doing, or are you just trying to?
Yeah, he does good work. Does real good work. It's like my third.
Okay.
It's minimal pay.
Well, that's all right. It's still getting paid.
I'm
Now, does
not.
your agent here, does he or she, is that who sets these LA jobs up?
No, she does not. I do a lot of this on my own.
You do. Okay,
I
so you
do
get
a
your
lot
own
of.
roles. You get your own roles.
I'm a go getter.
How do you do that? I mean, because a lot of stuff is you got to have an appointment. You got to get in for a casting session. I mean, how do you get past that wall?
Well, these guys that I'm working with currently, I've worked with them. I've been networking since I started this 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I meet a lot of people, and I keep contacts, and I make those contacts, and I'm getting to the point now where they'll call me back down for these roles. So
Okay.
that's
Now,
how that
are
works.
you SAG? Are you SAG?
I
Or
am. Well, I'm what do they call it? I forget.
yeah, I know what you mean. Where you're SAG, it's like the
SAG and
Taft Hartley, where you get like you're eligible. You're SAG eligible, something like that.
no, I am SAG, but I am SAG, but I can do both because there's no SAG up here in Seattle.
I
There's no
know.
work.
No, that's kind of your card to say, hey, I'm not fooling around and building interrogation rooms in my backyard, which you are. I'm kidding. I'm joking now, Dave. Okay.
Oh, I understand.
But
Totally.
what? So you got your side card. What did you work on to get your side card?
I worked on well, I've done a couple of TV shows. Grimm, I was on a couple
Grim. Okay, you froze up.
of
Okay.
episodes of that
Okay.
down in Portland. I did a couple of episodes of Z Nation, which is out in Spokane, and then I did some the crime scene discovery ID things where they
Okay.
recreate the crime scene. Yeah, did a
Okay.
few of those, and that was how I got eligible. So when I
Well,
was able to
that's
get my card,
what.
I did.
Well, that's fantastic. That's really good. So now these films that you're trying to put together, what kind of budget are we talking about? I mean, are they? I mean, you have your equipment obviously, but there's got to be. I mean, I don't even know what kind of cast you're looking at, but I mean, are these mid-sized budget or
No, low budget.
low budget? So
They're low budget.
what's
We
your
use
goal? What's
we
your
use
goal
people
for that?
around here. Our goal right now is to get. We got, like I said, we released two short films. They're doing the festival circuits right now and
Okay.
getting some awards. So we're trying to get some laurels and things, some recognition off of those,
Okay.
and
Froze up a little
then
bit. Okay.
for our day night pictures production company that we're trying to start. So
Okay.
we're starting out trying to get some recognition. That's what we're doing with these films, and to show that we can make good films and not just backyard high school budget. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, that's true. So what do you think the most important thing, I always ask a lot of people that are, in entertainment this, when you're making a film, what do you think the most important part is?
Um,
Tech wise, not so much acting, tech wise.
lighting.
You say lighting. Okay.
Lighting is real.
See, I say sound. I say sound because I don't know if you noticed.
That is true. That's
You're going to have a really crappy film that looks really bad. I mean, you look at some of the. Oh, you mentioned horror films. There's a lot like those, but you have really good professional mixed sound. Tell you that's everything. That's everything. But
yeah.
You can have beautiful cinematography or whatever you want to call it on a small budget, and the sound sounds like you're talking in a tin can on your iPhone. No, it's all amateur. So I got to go with sound. I'm going sound.
I got some of that on our last short film we just released. It's called Disconnected.
Yeah.
And the sound was
disconnected.
It was pretty much crap.
Right.
And it's exactly like you said. Some of the scenes were in a tin can in the inside in the kitchen in our house here. It
Yeah.
just sounded like you're in a can, and we couldn't fix it. I don't know what went wrong, but that
Well, you need, yeah, you need,
that is very important sound. Yes.
right, right.
So
That's very
and the
important.
lighting, I think, is is very
Yeah,
important. I think
but you can
it
set
all.
the mood, kind of. I mean, you can say, yeah, I think you can cheat lighting. You can say, oh, it was
Yeah.
artistic preference. I wanted this scene to be totally dark. Even though you screwed it up. But sound is like, well, you can't say that was artistic vision. It just sounds like crap. And so no, I said so. But
Right.
I digress. Going back to the acting part, what who are some of the actors that you emulate? Who would you like to? You got any? Are there anybody out there that you would like to be like?
Um. Well, be like.
Well, not be
No,
like, but I mean, who are some
but
people that
no.
you say, "Wow, I really like his performance. I wish I could work with him someday." What
Yeah,
are there anybody? Is
I
there
know.
anybody like that?
Yeah, the big names, Pacino and De Niro. Those guys are. I like Clint
Clint Eastwood. Well, he's not going to be around very
Eastwood
long.
too. He's
You
really
better
good.
get
Kind of
busy.
looks like my dad. So every time
Yeah.
I look at him, I see my dad. So
What about
um,
someone like,
I like.
yeah, but I always think, I mean, there's some character actors I've always found that, are
Yes.
really, I
You
used to,
know.
what, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. But
The
I mean, there's
character
some
actors.
actors that are just really, I say, he really did a good performance, and it's
Yes.
just, yeah, I got to tell you, and I'll give you an example of that. Okay. I'm watching a show right now with my wife. It's called Mammals. Okay. And it's got James Corbin, the guy that does the TV show, who I never gave two thoughts to. This guy is a hell of an actor. All right. I mean,
Oh
he
yeah.
not trying to plug or anything here because I don't know anything about him. I mean, I know him from doing his goofy car karaoke thing, but he's a character actor that's very, very good. And the reason I bring that up, not just to plug him, maybe we'll both be on a show someday, not that I know anything about it, but I'm just saying a lot of the best performances seem to come from character actors. They're not so much your glamour boys or things like that. I mean, are there any character actors that
Yeah.
you really admire?
You know who? One of my favorite films was is Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, that's a great one. Yes.
Now, now in that
Tarantino.
film, when
Yeah.
I saw that, man, I was like hooked,
Oh, sure. Well, that hooked a lot of filmmakers, a lot of
and I
people
was
that
like,
became directors. That's
I
the one
was
that
like,
did it for them. Yeah.
wow. So when I actually, let's see, who was in that one? Oh yeah,
Oh, you froze up again. I'm trying to keep this.
Michael Madsen. That's
Michael
when I
Madsen.
met
Michael.
him, I worked on
Okay.
a film with him. Man, that was the film that drew me into him. I like him a lot, and I
Yeah.
like Tom Sizemore a lot because
Tom
he,
Sizemore. It's another good one. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It seems
um,
all the really good movies usually are propelled by some really good performances that tend to be not, glamour people, but just gritty. I mean, look at Tom Hanks. He was like
oh yeah,
everyday, guy. He's not, Brad Pitt or something like that. But these character roles, elevated him to leading man status, and he's a respected actor. So,
Also in that film, who didn't get a lot of notice was Chris Penn.
Chris Penn,
Fantastic.
he
He did a
died.
great job.
Didn't he
Yeah,
die?
he died. Yeah,
Yeah.
but in that film, he had a great role. He did a great job at that.
Oh, sure.
So
That's just it. There are a lot of people. Then you're like, wow, that really clicked. So I don't know. If you had your choice of being like just a celebrity, whatever, everybody knows Dave type thing, or a really respected film actor, what would be your choice? And when I'm saying like a celebrity, it's like, oh yeah, but you don't take him seriously as an actor. It's like, oh, he's like, this is what he does. Like Sylvester Stallone. Okay, he's a big name. Although he's pretty good in the Tulsa Kings, but he still plays himself. But I mean, he's a big name,
yeah,
but you're not going to cast him to be like in some, Saving Private Ryan, so to speak, like Tom Sizemore was in. So if you had your choice of like big name celebrity status Dave or a really respected actor Dave, which would you choose?
uh, between the respected and
And you can't say I'd like to be a respected celebrity because that's an oxymoron. Yeah. So
I think the respected actor would fit me just fine.
see, that's good. You know why that's good? Not just because I think it's right. I mean, it's
I'm not trying to. I'm not. You know what I'm telling. I tell people I'm not trying to be an A-lister, which I know that's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure. I want to be these guys that I work with, who are constantly working.
Okay,
work,
there you go. You hit it on.
Michael Paré. I did a film with him up here. He works. You know, these guys, Tom Sizemore, the Michael Madsons,
Right.
Eric Roberts. I worked with him.
Eric Roberts, I think, has been in every film made since 1984, I believe, hasn't he?
Yeah, him and Nicolas Cage. Now, those guys do. That's what they do, and that's where I'd like to be, constantly working.
Well, that's just it. That was going to be my final little nugget here. I was going to say the working, talented actors, okay, are the guys that have. I mean, they hone their craft, they work on it as an artist, and they go on until they die. It's not like, hey, whatever happened to that guy that used to be on so and so? You forget about it. So I agree with you, and I think you've got a future ahead of you because you got.
That's my goal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
So yeah.
All right. We're about out of time, Dave. Anything you want to throw at me before we tune out here? I mean, this has been fun. I wish you a lot of luck. How can people see you? How can they get a hold of you? Well, where can they see your work? I mean, you're on IMDb, of course, but do you have anything on YouTube? You got anything on Amazon Prime? Where can they see some of your work?
Yes. There are a few movies out on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
That I am in.
And what are those?
They're with the Mahal Productions. They're films, so if you punch in my name, I'm sure they will probably come up. YouTube, if you punch in my name to YouTube, you'll see a lot of my music videos that I've written.
Music videos.
And I've performed in. Yeah. And
do you sing or you what?
No. I write music, I play guitar, and I shoot videos.
Neat. Okay, cool.
For those songs.
Good.
But if you go to DaveShecter.com,
DaveShecter.com. We'll put that up on the screen and we'll put it in the description for those listening. Whoops, I froze up this time.
Yeah, pretty much see everything I've done. Well, not everything, but a lot of good stuff.
Awesome. Cool. All right, well, it's been great having you on the show, Dave. Any last words?
Yeah, Todd, thanks a lot.
You bet. It's been fun. And
I appreciate it.
You bet. Well, thank you. And thank all of you today if you're watching or listening to Right Mind. I'm Todd Showalter. And remember, if you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all. Till next time, bye-bye.
This has been the Right Mind Podcast with Todd Showalter.